Now that President Biden has dropped out of the race, there are many questions about what happens next and what it means for the president's political career. Political science professor William Buck with North Central College joins us now. Professor, thanks for your time this morning.
Good morning. Good to chat with you.
Hey, I mean, is there any news happening if we only had news? So this is a pretty shocking moment in American history. I think we can all agree on this. It's the first time a presidential candidate has dropped out this late in the game. What kind of scrambling is this causing inside the Democratic National Committee? What does it mean for the Harris campaign?
Yeah, you're right. A lot of scrambling. I would say there's scrambling within the Democratic Party, but also within the Republican Party, because both sides now have to refuel and think about how they're going to run the campaign. For the Democrats, it's really thinking about what is the narrative? How do we take this new candidate, right, the vice president, and reintroduce her as a presidential candidate? How do you get ahead of the stories and frame what this candidacy looks like? If you're the Republicans, you're thinking the same thing. You know, we have established our entire campaign on attacking Joe Biden. Now they've got to rethink their strategy. So everybody is sort of searching for what is the pathway forward. And again, we're looking at some really, really exciting politics over the next few weeks.
And the irony of this, I mean, the last time we had an open Democratic convention, not to say that that'll happen this time, but it was 1968. It was also in Chicago. What kind of historic parallels can we take from that convention for 2024? And ultimately, what will it mean for the delegates?
Yeah, absolutely, right? So you go back to 1968, but this is even more complicated, right? Because Johnson stepped down in March, so there were still 7 months for the party to organize and come together behind a candidate. We're looking at basically a little over 100 days. So what the Democrats have to do is move quickly. And I think yesterday you saw a lot of signs that they're on the same page. So a number of the governors who potentially were presidential candidates got behind Kamala Harris, right? So it's really important that the party uses the time left to make sure that they're all on the same page, that they come across as unified, that they present a candidate who can be successful. It's a lot of work. Now, 3 months is still a lot of time, but they can't waste any more of that time.
You're a political science professor. You know history very well. They go hand in hand. So as we look at the future history books, how does this announcement, you think, impact President Biden's legacy?
It's really important, right? And so over the next couple days, we'll hear a lot of people talking about Joe Biden as a hero, especially on the Democratic side, for stepping aside, letting that transition occur. And there is some truth to that, right? So Biden's legacy will be defined by this event, but also what happens in the 2024 election. If Kamala Harris loses that election, Joe Biden will also be saddled with that weight. Now, if she wins and becomes the first woman of color to win an election, that is a huge, huge deal. And then his legacy gets tied to that. So it's not just him stepping away, it's also what happens in this next stage. Again, we are really, we use the word unprecedented and historic too much these days because there's so many things that are happening. But his legacy is really tied to this election and whether the Democrats can, in fact, seize the presidency. So much is depending on that.
That is such a great point that I didn't really consider. So have you ever seen an 8-day stretch like this in a presidential race? I mean, from the assassination attempt on former President Trump to President Biden dropping out of the race?
Not condensed in this short of a period of time. Absolutely. I mean, it is really extraordinary when you think about the ups and downs that we've just seen in this basically week, where it felt like, 8 days or 7 or 8 days ago, the Republicans were invincible. Donald Trump was in this position where he'd had this assassination attempt. He came across as looking strong. Everybody was very excited about the Republican Party coming out of the convention. And then the Democrats flip the narrative and say, oh yeah, we're going to replace our candidate, right? So we're in such a unique position. And it's hard to know what's going to happen. But I anticipate that, over the next few weeks, we're really going to get a sense of what it's going to look like. Both parties are going to try to define itself. But you are absolutely right. We are in unprecedented historic times. And it's just, we got to sit back and watch and sort of enjoy history as it plays out in front of our eyes.
We'll end it there. Thanks so much, Professor Mock.